Ah, lovely. All right then. Oops. Hello, good evening, and welcome along to the second race of the F1 season on this game. I'm Mackie, and joining me again is John. Hello, John.
Hello.
So, remind people what happened last week, or keep people up to date that didn't catch the stream.
Well, last week obviously was Australia, and the amazement absolutely floored everyone. Although today we've got a bigger grid for the second race around China.
Yeah, it seems that everyone's here that's supposed
and
to be, and Eagle's here too again. Impressive.
Yes, and the amazement actually may have a challenger today in the form of Jork. So hopefully we'll have a more exciting race than last week.
Last week's race was fine until it rained, and then it got ruined. So,
Still, driver of the day still came third for me.
driver of the day.
My good old boy Eagle.
Yeah. So, welcome to qualifying. Any early predictions on who's going to nail pole position today?
Because of last week, I'd want to put my money on Joe. But obviously, we never got a chance to see Jork in action last week. And I believe Jork is probably the next fastest person to the amazement. So it's going to be one of those two, I think. But obviously, like I said, we've got a bigger grid now. We've got a bigger grid now. So there could be a few randomers thrown in, shall we say?
Yeah, it's always going to be interesting how people acclimatise themselves into the grid that missed a race. Speaking of which, on board with XRL Bobbits at the moment in Force India.
Seems that everyone is starting. Yeah, it seems like everyone is starting on the super softs by the looks of things. Looking on the spectate information, it looks like everyone's on the supers at the moment. So there's no real change of strategy at the moment. Looks like they're all just going to go for it.
It's early in the days at the moment. I mean, they might just be doing an installation lap and going for it later. And there's Toro Rosso that's just disappeared. Yeah. It was there and then it just disappeared out of the frame.
Davies.
Who's in the Toro?
I'm looking at GSY Davy at the moment. He's in the Toro Rosso. Oh, yeah, he looks like he's got a bit of lag on the go, but...
He's deploying lag early, and has he gone that wide, or is he just... What the swear word is going on? He's gone round the corner twice. I can't have this.
Maybe that Toro Rosso is secretly the TARDIS. Same colour. Oh, he's gone on the car. Yeah, he's a time traveller.
This is confirmed. A joke. An absolute joke. I mean, that's terrible. He needs to sort that shit out or get the fuck out.
Ooh, harsh words from the GP3 head.
I'm sorry. There's no excuse to lag in qualifying.
That could be an issue for the other drivers. If it proceeds to be a really big issue.
Keep an eye on it for me and send a message across if you need to, dude.
Yeah, I will do.
F1 Gravity, was he in the race last week? Did he miss the opening race?
No, I don't think he was. I believe the only drivers that were here
sideways
last week was Pure Hamilton.
He didn't die, so that's a good thing.
I believe the only drivers that were here last week were Pure Hamilton, Tube Animal, the Amazement, EVR Schumacher, SF Brandy, Speed Demon, Sean Bean, and Eagle. I believe they were the only drivers.
Sean Bean 22. Yeah, that's the amount of times we said Sean Bean last week. So if we don't say it again, presumably his game attack will be free at the end.
Bill Bobbitt's with a 32.9, fastest lap
He's
so
gone
far.
for it. I think that's a solid opening.
Yeah.
I've
Davies
turned all the
lag
details
is
off. No one's
really
gonna know
bad.
where now. I'm sorry, I'll need it on. There we go. Is he still lagging? Because that's gonna be a huge issue for a lot.
Really badly. Yeah, he's lagging really badly. He's on a fast lap, and I've watched him go round
Randy.
the same corner 3 times.
Randy's just gone provisionally fastest with a 32.8.
Ooh, showing that the Williams is more than just a boat.
How many times will he go around the hairpin at the end of the long straight?
I don't know. Apparently he's missed it.
None, apparently. Wait,
No, there you go. He's
That's-
gone round it.
okay.
That's really
I
bad.
can't have this.
That needs to be addressed.
Now, has he really gone into the pit lane? I don't know I don't think he has. Maybe, I don't know. But that's terrible.
Well, apparently he just went 120 mile an hour through the pit lane. So, yeah, that needs. I think he may need a message sent to him to politely retire, because that's going to be a real danger to the rest of the drivers. Sean Bean is apparently on the softs. Can you confirm that?
No.
Okay.
That's not saying I can't confirm
The
it.
game
I'm
is
saying
lying
he's
to
not
me.
on the soft.
Yeah. Looks like Eagle's got a teammate in the form
Jorg's
of
finishing off his lap.
Anon Animal.
Yeah, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. It's just going to cause all sorts of issues for me.
I'm just going to say Animal.
Jorg has gone second by 75 thousandths away from provisional pole. It's a solid effort from Jorg. It's good to see him back on the grid.
Animal is just crossed the line. P10 on the softs.
Correct.
34.8.
He gives that. And Hamilton's quietly put it in P5 for now. It must have happened while we were trying to hide from the lag. But I can confirm that there is 15 drivers, so should be an action-packed first lap.
Right, Davey's out again. I'm just going to have one more look at him, and if it is really bad, I'm going to send him a message.
Yeah, no problem. Can I just confirm you have ticked the box, yeah?
Oh, yeah, I ticked that like
Good man.
ages ago, the minute I saw it pop up.
Let's see if there's any.
I don't want.
instances.
I wouldn't want the rest of the XRL community to think that you're going insane talking to yourself.
Well, the GP drivers know I already am insane, but thanks for that. That's great.
That's all right. Don't worry about it. I got your
Fortunately
back.
for Speed Demon, he's had 2 laps invalidated by corner cutting by accident, presumably. This next lap invalidated, and he's had a warning, so not a good qualifying for him so far, but maybe that's why he's down in P14. Because he can't get a valid lap time in at the moment. All now 15 now, actually. So,
I'm gonna send Davey a message.
that is ridiculous. lag, yeah.
Should I say that he may have to retire or he's gonna have to retire?
I guess it's noticed that if he lags again badly like that, then he's probably out of here, but just tell him that his connection needs to be fixed. I guess. I mean, it's nobody's fault when lag happens, but if that causes an accident, there's going to be a lot of
Yeah.
naughty words being thrown across Xbox Live. Other platforms are available, of course, but we use Xbox because that's the format we have. Everyone seems to be going back out again just to do a final last second lap. But it's going to take a great effort to beat 32.8 from Brandy.
I have just sent him a message. Even though he is on a hot lap, so I might have screwed him over a little bit, but I've just let him know. So when he does come in, he does have a quick look at that.
Aaron's gone a little bit wide there, but never mind. I'll let him off because he's a fellow Ferrari driver. That's how it works, isn't it? Ferrari drivers can do no wrong in the world of F1 and everyone else is to blame, yeah? That's how that works. I should work for the FIA. And Nicole across the line into P4 with a 33 flat. It's not a bad effort.
What, Ferrari and corporate assistance?
Now, how hard is Jork going to press? He's just approaching the long straight now, so hopefully we're on board now and getting some temperature into those tyres. He's working the wheel quite well. And he's braking like I usually do. I'm slightly scared under braking. Is there rain in the air?
I've just noticed EVR Schumacher's gone up to P2.
That's yeah. I was focused on Jorg here and he's lost. And that time is so close, it must be annoying to do that and not be pole by 4,000th of a second. It's like, how do you measure that?
That's rain.
Yeah, there is rain in the air. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's definitely rain. I've just noticed. Oh, Joe goes pole. 32.4.
Still with Jork at the moment. Is anyone
Yeah,
else to finish
I've now just gone on with Jork. I will scroll through.
Jork's pressing.
Pure Hamilton, he's on the back straight.
Okay. Nick Hamilton seems to be going about 3 miles an hour. He's not on the lap.
He was bolting
Roberts
it down
is.
there, so he must have backed out. Yeah, Roberts.
Connor is 9th. He doesn't improve a lot. And
Whoa, he
Roberts is
went
on the
well
limit
wide
there.
in that final corner.
He doesn't improve.
He doesn't improve.
Here we go back with York.
York
Back across the line, and he doesn't improve either.
doesn't improve.
Amazing.
Schumacher
Has pulled out a
back
world
across
of
the
a time.
line.
Look at that. 32.4.
Doesn't improve.
Absolutely
That's
battered
a great
everyone.
lap. He's battering everybody. He's absolutely battering them. I think
Cuban is probably
I'm
the
pretty
last to cross the
confident.
line, unless
I'm
he's
pretty-
bottled out. Oh, he's given up. That's never
that's a
mind.
great corner cut. That's top notch shatters.
I think, yep,
Eagle would be proud of that.
that's qualification done. Maceman will be on pole position, followed by Brandy and EVR Schumacher and Jork P4. You would have been probably hoping for higher than that, but oh well. The AIs have decided to have problems passing each other here. And Jork's AI finally got past the car that was blocking him on track. Anyway.
The only person that needs to retire is Nicole.
Right.
Once Nicole
Anyway, P5.
retires...
Excellent. There we go.
Ah, there we go.
Right on cue. It's like they're listening to you.
I know. If that, I'm just like a really bad Charles Xavier.
So again, just to confirm the order, there's no changes and no penalties. So Amazement P1, Brandy P2, Schumacher P3, Jork P4, XRL Roberts P5, Nicole P6, Hamilton P7, Gravity P8, Connor P9, Speed Demon P rounds out the top 10, and then Eagle, Animal, and Animal. There's two animals now. That's going to be confusing as hell. Davey and Sean all have tyre choice. So we're interested to see.
Take screenshots.
Yes, please. So,
Got a phone call, mate. 2 seconds.
well, that's unprofessional, leaving your phone on in the middle of a race. Honestly, the people I have to work with. The hell, man. Looks like a bright and clear day ahead of the Chinese Grand Prix, but will it stay that way? Will there be weather? Will there be anything? Will it just be a gentle drive to the finish for Amazement, or will anyone upset the apple cart a bit and get a result that possibly shouldn't have happened? You know, the weather could do a lot to people, but we'll see. There's a great view of the pit lane.
Right, I'm back.
Great timing. I was about to say absolutely nothing.
Right, okay. Davey got my message, and he has just left the session.
Right.
So he was a good guy about it.
Thank you for that. You never like to see lag, but unfortunately,
And a big apology to
sometimes
Davey.
it's slow.
He did come here to race, and
Of course, yeah.
unfortunately, it's as much as we'd like to see him race as well. Fact of the matter is, you know, it's too much of a danger to the other drivers.
I wonder if him leaving has caused a problem with the lobby or not. I guess we'll find out shortly, but
I don't think so. I think the guys are just getting ready. They're all on the grid, so I think they're just waiting, giving it a little soak period before they're ready up.
Sweet. So, does it look like rain to you, or do you think it's going to stay dry? Oh, there we go. 25 seconds.
Well,
to the
I'm
race.
looking at the sky right now because I'm sitting on board one of the Mercedes drivers,
I'm still in the pit
and it
lane,
looks
so
pretty
I'll
clear.
From you, so from here, but it looks like it could be rain, maybe.
Press the right bump. Press the right or left bumper.
Oh, dicks. Such a simple thing that I forgot about. I'm a simple man.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope you've enjoyed the gratuitous shot of the pit lane. You're welcome, everyone. And
Here we go.
lights are going
5
out.
red lights.
And away,
And away
we have
go
gone.
for the Chinese Grand Prix.
And
McLaren has not left. And McLaren has not left. I
There's
think
a
that was
Williams
Eagle.
going into a wall, I think. Or on the grass, anyway.
Eagle hasn't moved. Oh, that's a
Jack.
shame. Eagle has left the session. I'll get him in now. I'll send him a...
I guess he's had enough of F1 and wants to go back to GP2. And there's a small tap between the Renault and the car in front of him, which I think was a Williams. Yes, it was.
I can't invite him to the game. That's frustrating.
And now everyone has got away reasonably cleanly. Amazement is... There's a great battle between Jork and Brandy for P3, P2, P3, and Force Indian P4. And Nicole is P5.
I can't invite Eagle back in.
Well, that's
Can't invite him back
the
into
end
the
of his
game.
afternoon.
Yeah, that's a shame.
I was looking forward to seeing
Right,
what he
back
could
on
do,
with the
for
action. Oh, look at the
Sure.
slipstream
What a
fest
view
down
that is! What a fantastic view!
I took a screenshot of that.
Brilliant. We might need some of this. Speed Team has gone up 3 places from the start, as has Tube and Emerald, but Sean has gone up 4 from where he started. And Nicole has had some sort of issue as she's now switched to the pit lane.
Matt, are you able to invite Eagle back or not? Because I've tried and I couldn't.
I don't know at this point. It will be a bit of a crappy kind of view for people while I try and do that, but
Oh, EVR Schumacher's left.
oh, that's lovely. I'm all over the place today. Anyway, just go on board with Tube for a moment, as he's had the best start of everyone on the grid in terms of positions gained on the supers. Interesting strategy.
Jork has already got us. Jork's already up into second.
Yep.
Chasing down his his arch nemesis from the season beforehand, the Amazement. SF Brandy setting the fastest lap of a 36.7. Proper pace round here.
This is going to be a frantic race for people. But can they handle it? Oh dear, Nicole's having an unfortunate afternoon. She's pitted again. Interesting strategies that should come to fore towards the end of the race. The people on the soft are now Ann and Animal, Sean Bean, Nicole and Schumacher, who's no longer in the lobby. So would their strategy go presumably soft at supers? That should stack them up to be quicker at the end of the race, while these people that started on supers will presumably be on either a 2 or a slow 1 strategy. So looking forward to seeing who comes out on top at the end of all this. Anyway, we go on to lap 4 with the amazement about nearly, well, it says 0.6 seconds, but I was going to say a calendar year in front of everybody else at this point, but not quite a calendar year. And Brandy's plodding along nicely in P3. Robert's P4. Gravity's having a solid start and a solid opening to his seasonal debut. And the Ferraris are stuck together, Hamilton and Tube Animal together on track in P6 and P7. Both on the same strategy by the look of it, so it'll be interesting to see who has the less aggressive tyre wear. Tube Animal is under pressure from Speed Demon, who hasn't had an accident so far today, so he's got further than he did last week. Connor's P9 and an Animal P10 and the other McLaren. And the Amazement has had issues and he's down to P2.
Oh,
I don't know what happened to him,
Can't
but
they?
he's had issues. Because Jork is now leading this race. He must have
He
probably
also set the fastest lap of a 36.6.
Go on, lads. That's rapid. Who's on the chart right now?
Jork.
We'll have a look at the times.
Tube Animal's got a position change of +5, so he's moved up the order fairly well.
Impressive. Yeah, there seems to be a couple of tie battles, but they're not really anything at the moment.
Well, this top 4 has pulled away.
Yeah.
All the Ferrari of Pure Hamilton trying to go on the inside of F1 Gravity. Will he get a better run through the snail section?
It's different lines for the two
Try to
Ferraris
follow a
obviously
car
there,
through there
but there we
is-
go. We've got two
Yeah,
Ferraris there.
Trying to follow a car through that snail section at high speed is horrible.
Both Ferrari drivers have DRS, so there's a neutralizer going on there. And the braking
Oh,
zone
Pure
looks
Hamilton up
pretty
on the
good.
inside. Oh, a little bit of a touch there.
Not enough traction, I'm afraid. Unlucky. But he should get it.
Aaron's going to have a good run here. Yeah, he's going to have a good run through here.
And of course he's towing his teammate along too, so good Tube. No. Straight wasn't quite long enough for Tube to have a go, but
Oh, Aaron's gone
Aaron's
down
in
the
great
inside. He's gone
position.
down the inside.
and now he's on the outside. And
On
that's
F1 Gravity.
for Tube
good
and the
defending.
Renault of Speed Demon into play here as well. This is fantastic stuff for the 4 drivers to stay that close.
Oh, Aaron down the inside.
There's a small touch.
Bit of a touch, but he's made the move. He's made the move. He's made the move.
There'll be worse touches over the course of the week.
Mainly from the BBC, but we won't go into that.
Oh, don't. Yeah. Kevin Spacey, perhaps? No? Alright. And Tube's gone for it as well. As we're on board the helicopter cam right now to show us this fascinating section of track where you just go in a straight line for a month, and now Tube's gone very
Oh,
wide.
Tube's gone out a bit wide. He's gone a bit wide. He's going to be under pressure from the Renault now.
Yep, Speed's got past him.
He may lose another position from. He may
Another
lose another
Mercedes is
position
going to get him as well.
from the other Mercedes.
Under braking.
Oh,
Oh no!
He gets a bit on the
Managed to hold
curb
on.
there.
Managed to hold on. That's good fight there. And there's the ghosted.
And
Woods,
in the midst of
Schumacher.
the leaders, Jork has now got a 1.2 second lead,
has
so he's
pulled
broke
out
the
of the lead
DRS.
somehow.
And the Amazement is under pressure from Brandy in the
Yeah.
Williams. Ooh, a bit of lag there from the Amazement, but it's nothing to worry about. This battle back here is absolutely phenomenal.
Slight lock up there.
Here, Hamilton's managed to make a gap now between
Hamilton's definitely, yeah, he was definitely
them
being
guys
held up
behind
there. He's
him.
managed to clear that car, and now he's just pulled out a gap. Gravity, so.
I think with obviously these guys battling, is all. Oh, Nicole's left.
Oh. That's.
Oh, everyone seems to be losing
This is
connection
awkward.
today. It's not good.
This is not a good connection day. I should make a game of that.
New host required.
DLC.
Actually, no. It's Codemasters need to increase their servers, which will probably be in the form of DLC. The paid DLC at that as well. Corporate Commander getting his way.
It's certainly annoying for people to not be able to connect because issues beyond our control.
And it also sucks as well because we can't invite them back either.
I also feel bad for.
Oh, was that a car that's just peeled off into the pit lane? Yep, Connor Kay has just
There's a
peeled
couple
into the
of
pit
Bobbits
lane.
in the
He's
pit
going
lane
for an
as
early
well.
stop here.
Looks like he's putting the soft tyre on to try to go a long way into the race, maybe to the end. Who knows?
And Connor Kay's put on another fresh set of softs. Yes, softs. So Bobbits and Connor Kay both opting to go for the soft tyres.
Yep. But if Connor's put on another set of softs, he's definitely pitting again. So that's probably.
And SF Brandy has managed to get
Road
past the
distance
Amazement.
result. Yes, and all that pit stop drama, we've missed that Amazement is down a P3. Every time I look away from the Amazement, he loses a position. Is it my fault?
No.
I'm on board with the battle for P4 to through to 7. Aaron seems to have
I'll stay on the
slightly
leader.
in gravity.
He's now pulled a 2.7 second
Too bad Hamilton's
lead.
just gone down the inside of Aaron Gravity's going back at him. This is brilliant stuff, and the Ferrari won't give up. Well, one of them's going to have to. There's a corner coming up in a minute, gentlemen. Oh, perfect.
That's a great move.
What a great move that is.
And
Good
the
lad.
Renault's going to get him as well with the
Renault's
speed
going to have
demon
a
on. Or it's
chance
not.
down the start-finish straight. Oh, no, never mind.
Oh, they've both gone into the
Pit,
pits.
they've both
into
gone
the
on,
pits.
and the McLaren's gone into the
Battle
pit
of the
lane.
pit crew.
Everything's gone off here. The Amazement has fitted some
Battle of
tyres.
the pit crew.
Oh, brave call. He's gone for the mediums. Interesting. It's a very interesting call because he's definitely going to the end on the mediums,
Speed
be
Demon's
worth it?
also gone for the mediums.
as has Gravity.
But he's been held up there. Did he have a stop and go penalty for something? Or
Who? Sorry? I'll check
He
the
didn't-
race directory.
Speed Demon.
No, I think he just
No,
came
he
into the pits at an
didn't.
awkward time and everyone just got away before he could leave. Because he followed another car directly in, and then I guess there was a car about 2 seconds behind him that probably held him up on the way out. So
No, there was only the one Mercedes that
no, because
past
McLaren
him,
pitted after as
um,
well. So as he would have come in, that would have
Oh,
held him up a little bit.
Okay. No, I must not have seen that.
And those two Ferraris are going pretty well now, in P3 and P4, but their tyres are probably crying right now. Please stop. Do any of the people in the top two positions, do
Jork
they
is
go
into the pits.
Jork, yes.
Jork has now just gone in, and Brandy
As
has
Brandy.
followed.
Hamilton is probably going to follow as well.
Yes,
Yep,
he does.
There we go. Tube
And
can't,
Tube
'cause they're
has to go on
teammates,
for another lap.
which of course
Battle of
means
the
he's
pit
going to lead a
crews.
lap. Go on, Tube. Good man.
Brandy going on to a set of mediums. But Jork has gone to a set of softs. Interesting.
Yeah. That's going to open up options towards the end. He can probably... might be able to get the softs there. I mean, it's going to be a struggle, but he presumably could do that. Or maybe there's rain on the horizon and he wants to sort of make the stint on the softs better because the rain will bring the track temp down so he can go further. Or he's going to pit for some more supers later just to try and nail the fastest lap or gain some time on the people on mediums.
There's been a move. Roberts on Brandy.
There certainly has. Gravity's coming from the back of Hamilton.
Ooh, hello. Robert's getting a bit feisty with his teammate there.
Oh yeah. Sometimes it's hard to tell they're in a 14 because from a distance they look like another Williams and he's confusing the hell out of me sometimes. But we're back on board with the non-battle between Gravity and Hamilton at this point. Seems to be a lot of medium runners out there. That's way more than I was probably expecting for the F1 division.
Tube has now gone into the pits.
Yeah, that's not surprising.
Sean Bean is carried on for another lap.
Oh, I mean, there's no need for him to pit yet, I don't think.
Going on to the mediums. He's gone to the mediums.
Again, yeah. I don't know why, but I'm surprised by the amount of medium runners out there. Interesting stuff.
Why is it saying Bobbitts is in P13? He's really not. He's right behind his teammate.
Roberts is in P4.
Oh, there we go. It's fixed
Yeah,
it now. It's back in P4.
Classic scoreboard glitch that can't be bothered to remember where everybody is for a second.
Good old
Maybe-
Cody's.
Maybe if Cody's programmed a fucking leaderboard into races, there wouldn't be a problem. I may have dropped an F-bomb there. Sorry, people that are watching under the age of 18.
12. Roberts is getting really feisty with his teammate.
It's definitely looking really, really racy today, yeah.
Well, he is on a
Not
softer
that he does it
compound,
always, but
and
he's looking to make the tire advantage count for now.
yeah.
DRS.
For me, the soft tires is for me the proper race tire. They're relatively really quick pace, and they last quite a decent time. So
There's a bit of a clear advantage right now for Jork over the Amazement.
however, I think Jork is going to have to
But-
pit again.
Amazement is on the better strategy for now. But we'll see if weather makes that change later on. Of course, we don't know what the weather's going to do. We haven't been tipped off in any way, so I assume it's going to stay dry. When looking at the sky, it might become wet. As it's China, I would be highly surprised if it remains dry throughout.
Both the Mercedes are both on the same strategy. They're both on the softs, and
The
Pure
Ferraris
Hamilton,
are
the
on the same
Ferrari
tyre.
is
Yeah.
the Ferraris are opting for a different strategy. And
No, they're not.
for Pure
The Ferraris are
Hamilton,
on exactly the
he's,
same strategy. They're both on mediums.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're on a different strategy to the Mercedes.
Well,
Both the Mercedes drivers are on softs, and both the Ferrari drivers are on mediums.
yes.
You see where I'm going with this?
Yeah, words sort of confused me there. Sorry, everyone. He's not crazy. I am. My mother had me tested, and I'm still crazy.
All pure Hamilton's under attack of F1 Gravity.
This is going to be a race-long battle, I think, and that's a great line for Gravity. Well, although he's going to have bad, he's not going to have the primary turning position, but he will have DRS into turn 1. Oh, Tube's a little bit wild in the background there. Tell you what, Hamilton defended well there, but he's got a lot to do to make it stick from there. But I think he's managed it. Yes, just about.
Roberts trying to go down the inside. Ooh, he gets a bit squirmish to the
73
extra.
thousandths between them. Wonderful.
Well, there's clearly no
There's
team
going to be
orders here.
problems.
There's clearly no team orders here at Force India because the
can hear
amazement
Rob
is not
Smedley
letting
now.
his teammate through. Oh, Brandy's gone down the inside. He's helped.
George's
Roberts has
lining
managed to
up a
hold
move
off
on
Brandy
Sean
for the
Bean
time
here.
being.
He does have DRS, but he's going to take a late move on the brakes. Yep, he's gone for it.
That's a great move.
Pulled it off.
That's great. That's
Jordan,
amazing.
you beautiful man. Well done.
I need to go
That's a
and
great move.
attend to. I need to go and attend to something.
Yes. Alright, just mute your mic, everyone will understand. It's fine. What have we come to?
I don't know.
It's,
Apparently everyone's become sexual.
Jesus.
Anyway, Jork, as it stands, has a 4.5 second lead over the Amazement.
And for the next few laps, that should only continue to grow as he's on the softer compound.
Well, in
But
theory,
again,
yes.
Strategy. Can he build up enough of a gap to go and switch to the supers at the end to catch back up and overtake Amazement again? It looks like
What needs to
bit of a
happen is
Force India
Jork's
issue
able
this
to
week.
pull a gap. Jork's able to pull a gap, but he needs to pull roughly around I'd say roughly around a 10 to 12 second gap, so then he
everyone's
can
made their stop now.
gun it on the next. So he can gun it on the next set of tyres.
Yeah.
And essentially, re-catch up the Amazement and obviously attempt to overtake. But Roberts has gone down the inside. Oh, there's lost a bit of traction. Side by side, the two Force Indians going into the final corner, and Roberts has pulled up.
And a Force India.
See, this battling with
Straight
Force
line
Indians
off.
isn't helping Joe out either,
It's not going
because
to help.
obviously when they're battling, they're going to be losing time to Jork. So
This is not going to be doing Bobbitt's tyre a lot of good battling with his teammate right now. Either. Fastest lap of the race at this point still belongs to an animal. 136.1. 7, and then Hamilton in the Ferrari is 137.19. So, yeah, so that's about a second difference right now between the two. And there's times in between there too from everyone else, so I think it's going to be one of those races where the next mistake could cost you, and if you don't make a mistake you'll benefit from it, rather than they all seem to have pretty similar pace at this stage of the race.
that gap between Jork and the Amazement is staying at roughly around 5 seconds.
Must be a great sight for people to see a Formula One car driving past them at this speed. Roberts can force his way through his teammate. He'll probably be able to pull away a little bit. Oh, that's
Ooh, bit of lag.
that happened.
Well, he's right on the back of him here, though. You can get a good exit.
It was a good exit.
Maybe
Yeah.
that's a great.
Can he do it
helicopter
down
shot.
here? No, Bobbert went
Bit of
around the
lag
corner
for Joe.
twice. For him.
He's proper close onto the back of him now.
Can he go for a late move onto the brakes? Yes,
He's
does.
gone for the move. He's gone for the move on the brakes.
I think he's made it stick, has he?
Has
It's gonna
the
be close.
amazement just
Who's-
done an amazing
who's gonna have
switch
the-
back?
No. Couldn't get it done.
Ooh.
Do you squeeze him a little bit there on the exit, or you think?
And he's lost the place to Brandy as well.
Try racing, boys. That's
Harsh,
the-
harsh but fair. Hard but fair. Hard but fair.
Yeah, sure. Look how far
Let's see
he's
if
all the way in the first sector already.
Bobbits can start. If Bobbits can start crawling that gap down, the gap between Bobbits
It's
and Jork
nearly
is
6 seconds at this point,
5.8
yeah.
seconds. Jork needs that gap to go up though. He needs roughly around 10 seconds. So he's got a lot less to do when he makes his final
Yeah.
stop.
There's
I just don't
certain
think it's
amount
going to
left to
happen. I mean, he has to.
well,
He has to make a lot of time over what 3 laps, maybe.
we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I think. I mean, if the worst case scenario happens and York can't make the end of the race, if he pits anywhere in the next 5 or so laps, he'll come out in the top 7 anyway, so that's not a problem there. He's going to have the best tyres at that stage of the race, so hopefully he can use them. But, I mean, he's got it over 6 seconds now, so he's slowly getting on to where he needs to. But
If he pits again, be lucky if he comes back out in the top 10.
no, he will.
Top 10's 24. The 10th place, Sean Bean's in, is at 24 seconds behind.
Yeah, I'm rounding up for the sake of... He's just gone over 25 now, so...
I'm gonna look down the old race director, see if anyone's got any penalties.
Yes, and take extra note of them as well, so that we're not surprised when someone finishes on the podium that wasn't in the top 10 because of penalties or whatever.
Well, the only 2 people that have got penalties at the moment are Pure Hamilton with a 3-second time penalty and Bobbits with a 3-second time penalty.
Okay, so it's about a 10-second lead there for Jordan at this, for Jork at this point already. Then with the penalties, the Bobbits. However, if Brandy overtakes Bobbits, then that won't be 10 seconds. I don't know why I feel like I have to explain that, but it feels like something I should have done.
Some people are special, mate. It's understandable. I mean, you play FIFA with Mark, for God's sake. I can understand this.
No, the problem with FIFA is the fucking game at this point, not him. He's good, man.
That's very true.
Ugh. I should probably keep my mouth closed for a while, because it seems to be naughty words keep coming out.
Yes. Stop being naughty, be a good boy.
That's enough of being good. Back to the race.
Speed Demons all over the back of Tube Animal, by the way, for P7.
I'm on it now. On the same tyre, so we'll see who uses them better. Yeah,
Oh, Bobbits is in the pits.
Well, that's... Yeah,
He's
that
going
was
on
always
to
gonna
set
happen.
supers.
That was always going to happen. I think he went from soft to soft. Anyway, so I knew that was going to... Somebody went from soft to soft and had to make another stop, but I can't remember who, but I think it was him. And Sean seems to be cruising around in P8 all of a sudden. He's got a chance of some proper points. If Demon and Animal keep holding each other up in their battle, then that's going to bring Sean Bean in further into contention, I think.
Bobbits is now down into P9. He's got a lot of places to make up if he wants to get back up into that podium position.
I think the fact that he's gone under the supers tells me it's not going to rain. So, I guess at this point it's get to the end. If you can. Amazement is lining up a run onto Brandy as well, as we go on to lap 21 for those two. DRS might not help. I mean, you might have to just throw it down the inside.
Bobbits has already passed Sean Bean.
No, he couldn't quite get it done, but he's definitely there or thereabouts. So if he can stay in this window here or a little bit closer, he will probably get the move done down the back straight.
On occasion, the fastest lap with a 35.1.
Just to confirm, yes he has. Oh, that... The fuck? What happened there?
What are we looking at?
It looked like Amazement's car just flew for a second. I think he may have just clipped a curb and...
He seems... I think he's struggling.
He's definitely dropped back a little bit in the last half a lap. Let's sorted that out.
Oh, that's a lot of lag.
Where?
On Joe.
Maybe I saw the back end of lag and got confused. Never mind.
Leader is still going.
Yeah, I knew it would be close if Joe can use his dice at the end of the race. He's in the best position, but If he can't, he's going to have a sprint to the finish on the supers. I think if he hasn't pitted by lap 25, he's going to the end.
He's losing time to Brandy now.
34.5.
The fastest lap, 34.5.
Supers is definitely the tyre to be on at the end of the race, it looks like.
Well, we all know Jork though, don't he? He's a tyre-saving beast.
He's really not as heavy on tyres as other people are in the league and in this particular division. So, if Jork can't make a one-stop work, then it's not possible.
He's only lost about a tenth this lap as well. He's not losing a lot of time, even though them softs are probably crying out to be taken off.
Surprising that he only took his supers 9 laps. I say only. I mean, I'm surprised he got him that far. Usually it's about 5 when I try it, but to be fair, I keep spinning around in circles and ruining the tyre wear, but that's really the... Still only the 2 penalties been dished out for the drivers mentioned earlier, Hamilton and Bobbitt. If you see Jork's lap time suddenly tumble, you know his tyres have decided to give up. But it looks like he should be able to hold it all together.
Am I seeing rain on my screen?
You probably are, but I'm not seeing rain on mine.
I'm seeing rain on Jork's car. And now it's disappeared again.
Yeah, there is definitely nothing on mine.
I'm definitely seeing rain. Yeah, there's rain on my screen.
You know what? I'm seeing it on the car now, yeah. The back of the circuit seems to be wet. Ish. But the thing is, how heavy is it going to be, and will that force anyone into making another stop? Is that why George's gone so deep on these tyres? Because he knows
assuming so.
This is the window he can use to probably push a little harder than he would otherwise, because it's cooling down all the time and this is the tyre to be on in those conditions.
He's still losing time to
the
Brandy.
Medium runners to suddenly disappear, because from my experience the mediums don't like these conditions.
Yeah, it's definitely starting to get really wet now, by the looks of things, as the rain is coming down.
There we go, you can definitely see it now, yes. Gravity in P4. We haven't focused a lot on him today, but he's quietly got about his business and is impressing in P4. Ahead of both Ferraris who possibly could have been contenders for a podium around here. Given the personnel at the wheel, and Speed Demon is certainly lower than I'd expect him to be.
But Bobbitt's is starting to struggle in these supers.
Yeah.
He's lagging a lot as well.
It's a shame that Nicole, Jack and Schumacher are lagged out.
Yeah, it's been a really good race so far. That gap's come down to 5 seconds.
Literally turning back on again just as you say that. I'm an idiot. Yeah, if Jork needs to pit again, he's definitely got enough of a window behind him to come out in the points at this point now. But I don't see it getting any heavier than this. There's only a handful of laps to go, and there's no visible spray at this point, so it's probably just going to be a gentle shower to the finish.
This will help Jork's tyre wear out, and obviously
Yeah.
the track will be cooler.
Well, having said that, he seems to be going a lot easier than he could otherwise be through the back section there.
Yeah, he's short shifting a lot to try and prevent the wheel spin.
It's definitely tricky conditions.
Those rears are probably screaming right now.
After that lock up the front won't be doing so clever either, but never mind. I feel like this is an afternoon where I've done nothing but state the freaking obvious. And I'd like to apologise for being a simpleton.
Well, Joe's lost a lot of time to Brandy.
Yeah.
Seems to be falling back off Jork as well. Jork is actually pulling away on these tyres.
Yeah, it's definitely the soft tyre to be on at this point, and Robert seems to be on intermediates back in P11. That's probably not such a clever idea, but who knows? He might get points out of this yet, because he's not a million miles behind
Bobert's on the
people.
inters.
He's not a million miles behind the points, and they might still have to pit and fit the inters. I doubt it, but it does look to be getting heavier now. So while he's probably
See what happens
probably
if,
a lap or two early, maybe
See
he
what our
can get
leader
some
does.
points at the end. Oh, Bobbert is nearly a lap behind the leaders at this point too, so that says
Saying that, look
probably
at
a
it,
lot more
like,
than I need to think about.
Jork's rears actually look fine. It's his fronts that look a bit naughty.
Yeah, it's... We'll see.
He continues
Definitely
on for
heavier
another
now.
lap.
It's definitely heavier now, for sure. But again, like I said about 5 minutes ago, I don't think it's going to be heavy enough to warrant changing to inters. But you know, this is China, and it tends to really pee down when it wants to, so it's probably best off staying out there and just guiding his soft.
It's definitely coming
down
down really hard now. You can even hear it. Now
Yeah,
in the broadcast.
This could help Randy as well in P2. Amazement's probably done enough at this point to hold on to third place.
I'll tell you what, I
He
need
is
to
losing
interrogate
time
this
as well,
man
don't
once this race is finished. I need to interrogate this man and ask him how the hell he's done this.
You interrogate whoever you need to.
He needs to teach me.
Well, if you've not been looking. Yeah, Gravity's doing really well in P4. He seems to be steady there now after a beginning where I wasn't sure how he'd be getting on. He certainly seems to have benefited from the lag outs and the chaos around him. Good for him, well done. And that'll be,
Jork's rears are starting to look a bit edgy now.
I think, 18 points to Team Ferrari in this race for 5th and 6th place. So go Team Ferrari. York's on to his final lap of the race, which are often the hardest ones to drive, especially in this position. And these conditions won't be helping.
The Amazement is
at all
losing
either,
so much time now. The Amazement is losing so much time. He's now 12 seconds behind Jork.
the gamble to put Inters on is clearly not going to work out for Roberts unless everyone just starts corner cutting because they have no grip. But even so, they need a hell of a lot of corner cuts to devalue what essentially is nearly a minute's lead of him.
Roberts calmly gets out of the way.
Tube is definitely keeping Hamilton honest here, and if Hamilton has a problem, then Tube will obviously look to capitalise, even on our teammates. It's
Ooh, F1 Gravity has a 10-second penalty for exceeding track limits.
oh wow, that
And-
could change
and
everything.
Speed
That
D-
has changed everything.
Speed Demon has a 3-second penalty.
So 10 seconds, that would put him 6th.
And across the line,
Yeah, we just about called that. I nearly missed it, but there we go.
well-deserved winner.
Amazement in
The
P3.
well-deserved winner.
But I'm going to stay on board with F1 Gravity and see where that puts him, because I think he may well be 6th,
Well,
if I can count.
a Force India is just piled
He's
in the
definitely,
middle of the road.
he's fallen to 6th. That penalty has cost him dearly here. But I don't care, because he's given Ferrari an extra few points. Cheers, lad. Appreciate it. I shouldn't really talk like that, but never mind. I have. I'll deal with it.
Now, Matt.
Deal with it.
Favoritism is not allowed.
Hey, the race is finished. I can say whatever I want now. Do you think they'll buy this at XRL management? And there's a podium
podium.
I don't think we'll ever see. Renault P1, Williams P2, Force India P3. That would never happen. Good race, lads. Good rads. And it soon is nearly time for the all-important podium interviews. You can do them this week, because I fecked it up last week. But I will go through the order while you get them in. Jorg wins the race with a great one-stop strategy. Brandy comes second with another one-stop. Actually, most people did one-stops. That's just going to get tiring. Amazement runs at the podium. Tube Animal 4. Tube Animal ahead of Aaron because, oh yeah, that penalty he had. Oh wow. I forgot about that. And Gravity comes in 6th after his penalty. Connor 7th. Sean Bean 8th. Speed Demon never really got going in this one and finished 9th. And An Animal finishes out the points in 10th. Bobbits came 11th. And the other 3 unfortunately disconnected very early on. So, so just to sum up, it rained towards the end, but not enough to really matter. Anyway, if you guys can make sure you've ticked the box, you know all this already, but I have to say it.
Yay.
So Hamilton, I'll hand to you to conduct the podium interviews.
Once everyone's confirmed that they've ticked the box, we can get this going.
Yep.
All good.
Right. We'll start with our race winner, York 94. Hello.
Hello. Wow.
Wow.
Be a bit more quiet.
Yeah, could be a bit more quiet, but what a strategy! Supers onto softs. I was sitting there speaking to Mackie about it. I don't actually understand how that's even possible. How did you manage to pull that off?
I don't know. It's just been my driving style. I've sort of had it in my armory since I first started. I remember it was same in XRL. Season 11 in China did the same thing and did a one stop. Oh, shut up. So it's just smooth driving, especially in Sector 2 as well. Those quick left rights, I was taking some speed off on purpose to make sure the tyres were staying in shape. And I was just checking the gap to whoever was in second and making sure it was similar each lap.
Either way, you went from P4. I'm assuming the wet weather towards the end of qualifying kind of caught you out a little bit.
It wasn't too bad. It was just not the best lap. I messed my sector 1 up a bit. Could have gone a bit quicker. I could have got second. I wouldn't have got anywhere near Joe, I don't think.
Well, either way, from P4 to win the race, overall was a really fantastic drive.
Thanks. It's been a while since
Right,
I won
on to
one, thanks to the kids last year. Dominating.
Nonce.
On to second place, SF Brandy. Pretty solid drive from you as well. You did the same strategy as the Amazement, and you were pretty much battling for most of the race.
Pretty much.
Yeah. How do you feel the race went for you?
It went alright. I had just Robert skipping about everywhere. I couldn't even tell where he was at times. And then Jordan got past me on lap 1. I don't know. I think he hit me on the rear.
It was a great battle. No,
Yeah.
Did I?
Yeah, well, on my screen he hit me, but I don't
Alright,
care.
we'll have an argument later on.
I sort of just let Jordan go in the end because there was no way I was catching him. And then all of a sudden I heard someone say, "Oh, rain." I'm like, there was no rain at all. And then I think Roberts hit Joe from his lag and sent Joe wide. And then that's how I got past Joe.
Mm.
And then I was just waiting behind Roberts to just pit, and then I could just get clean air. And then I just pulled away from Joe. I don't know if he had the pace or what, but the gap to Jordan, I just couldn't close no matter what I did. I don't know how you possibly done that because I was on like 50-60%.
Yeah, I was on 67% at the end.
Oh my god. But the gap sort of come down in the last 2 laps. It went from like 5.1 to like 3 something, but there's nothing I could have done. Jordan was not me. He was just gone.
Either way, great result for you, and a big well done for finishing in P2.
Cheers.
Right, Amazement.
Hi.
Not the result I'm assuming you wanted today.
It went downhill after qualifying. I think I'm gonna have to check what my setup actually was because I think it was way too aggressive. It worked in quali, but it just ate tyres completely. That's what did me over. Roberts pitted towards the end. The last sort of 4 or 5 laps, I just gave up catching Brandon because my tyre wear was that bad. I was going to get a puncture at that rate, so I just slowed up and accepted for nothing I would have done. But yeah, oh Jesus Christ, Adam! If you're watching this or you're going to listen to this, give up, please. It was atrocious. As Brandon said, he got by me because in the second time because of his car pushing me off, and it was just horrendous. Like my pants were white before this, and they're slightly brown now. So yeah, not great, but I don't think I would have won or come second with a tyre wet.
Well, now that Jork is actually back. So obviously he missed the first race. You feeling any pressure from Jork with his current pace today? You reckon?
I knew,
You reckon it's going to be a
I knew,
season-long
it
battle
stands a
between you
good
two?
chance. I knew it had a good chance today if he qualified well and got through the first lap safely, which he did. So should be an exciting battle, really. I mean, he's better in the races than me, but if I sort that out, then it'll be interesting.
Mackie, have you got anything to add?
No. Not really. Good drive, lads. Does anybody else want to say anything before we end this shit?
Roberts is a nonce.
Well, yeah, that, and I did have a good battle with Brandon on that one. So
Yeah.
you better have got it on stream.
Yes, I featured quite a few battles today.
And keep this attendance up. Like the amount of drivers tonight was good.
Yeah, it's definitely a
Yeah.
performance.
It just says the
thing.
qualifying was really close. It was interesting.
Oh, yeah.
There's like 4/10 between second and 10th or something like that.
Yeah.
It's just a shame that 3 of the drivers lagged out after 2 laps. And unfortunately, we couldn't re-invite them back in for some reason. We weren't able to invite them back.
Because that Schumacher lagged out, didn't he? He qualified third, so he might be able to do something in that race.
Yeah.
Yeah, Schumacher
Bit of a
qualified
shame.
third. Eagle lagged out, and so did Nicole after lap 2.
She probably was having a shocker, though.
Yeah, she did.
How
pit
did-
twice in
this is the
first 2
question.
laps, so.
How does Bobbits not lag out?
Well,
It's a mystery.
we did
that
politely ask. We did politely ask Davey to retire because we were watching him in
Yeah.
qualifying, and unfortunately, his car was all over the place.
I mean, he was
Yeah,
taking
we
corners
know.
twice. That's how bad it was.
Yeah,
But,
I actually thought he was Doctor Who at one point, and the Toro Rosso was the TARDIS because he was going backwards in time, like doing corners twice in a row. It was just like, okay. So we politely asked him to retire, and yeah, he's just left the session.
Big up, Davey.
Anyway, I think we should end this on that note. Congratulations on your
Yes.
podiums, boys, and see you next week around Bahrain. Everyone else,
See you then.
this channel will be back tomorrow at the same time for GP2. Good night.